Capitol's May Day march turning violent, union members joining the ranks. So demonstrators railed against Donald Trump for his remarks about immigrants, workers, and women. A lot of damage was caused in that city. One police officer suffered a head laceration. He was struck by a rock. Another was hit by a Molotov cocktail, and another was bitten. Mackinac Center union expert Vernuccio with me now. Most union members, Vinny, you say, are paid hands who actually support Trump. If that is true, why are they out in the streets?
Well, Garrett, thank you for having me on. I'm not sure what's going on with they're actually getting paid in Seattle. We'll find out in about a year when the union financials come out. But we've seen this time and time again where unions stage these massive protests. And, hey, it turns out that the way they're getting all these people out there is they're actually paying them. And it really shows, though, a disconnect between the union executives on one hand and the rank and file on the other. There's been articles from Huffington Post to Washington Times saying that union executives are worried because the rank and file are actually supporting Trump.
Okay, so when you say they're paid, and I heard what you said, we have to wait for a while to go through the paperwork, but do you think it's as simple as a union boss saying, listen, if you don't show up, we're going to have a problem?
Well, they definitely try to get their members out any way they can, and and we've seen it time and again in unions. There is a lot of peer pressure and saying that we need people out in the streets, and you have to be a good union member, and we'd like to see you there. Now, I don't want to make any accusations without proof, but I'm saying in the past, and in fact, some of the stories we've actually broken here on Fox Business. Varney and Company did a great couple about paid union protesters in D.C. a while back. Now, we've seen, yeah, they do what they can to get people out there, whether it's peer pressure or paying them.
So, Vinny, teachers calling out sick. This is on another theme, but a massive teacher sick out shut down 94 schools in Detroit public schools today. So teachers protesting Saturday's news that the district won't be able to pay them past June 30th. What do you make of this as it relates to unions sending messages to kids?
This is all about politics. I mean, they're putting politics in front of the education to kids. I mean, you look at the Detroit schools, massive financial mismanagement. State had to bail them out. You've had principals that have been getting illegal kickbacks, taking money away from the kids that need it, their education. You have all of this with the backdrop of the national head of this union, Randy Weingarten, railing against charter schools, which is the only hope that a lot of these poor Detroit kids have and their parents had for a decent education. And the union would rather keep their monopoly and keep these kids in failing schools instead of giving them choice and giving them the opportunity to succeed with school choice.
Yeah, no, charter schools have proven in numerous cities to be a great solution. Vinny, we're glad for your insight on all this. Vinny Vernuccio joining me there. He is joining me from Detroit.